Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. It's just the two of us today, me, Callum, and I'm here with Heggie. What we're going to do today in this video is we're going to do our top 6 predictions along with our 3 teams that we think are going to get relegated. This is like our final picks sort of thing. So we've seen most of the business that's been done in the transfer window. Of course, there's another month left of it, so I'm sure we'll discuss who's won the transfer window at the end of the transfer window, and that may influence what we think is going to happen. But I would say this is our set predictions for the season.
That's the season finished.
Yeah, and the league starts this week, so yeah, I think we're going to go for it. And we'll start off with relegation zone then.
Yeah.
The 3 teams we think we're going to get relegated. What do you think, Heggie? Do you want to start with bottom play? Bottom. Who do you think is going to finish last?
I still think Bournemouth will be bottom.
Yeah, I haven't heard anyone say other predictions without having Bournemouth dead last. I think it's just got to be them that finishes bottom.
I think Fulham have made pretty good signings.
Yeah,
and I think they will be safe. I think they will be the only ones safe that have came up personally. But Bournemouth for me dead last. I just don't see how they're going to beat even the middle tier teams like Crystal Palace and the Wolves. So that's why they're 20th for me.
They've not made many decent signings. I know they've brought in Fredericks. But it's just I don't know. I actually quite rate Scott Parker as well. I think he's actually an alright manager.
I think he might be championship level at this point in his career though.
You think?
Yeah. I don't think he's up to the standard of the Prem just yet. I think he will be good in the future. He speaks very well in his interviews, especially. He shows quite good maturity for how old he is.
Yeah, I could see like even an Everton or something like that in the future. But I just for now, I just think they're dead last for me.
Yeah.
And I think with Fulham, for example, here's a spoiler. I don't have Fulham going down either. They've done this in the past where I think they've bought well. But I'm really impressed with what they've done so far this season, especially with that midfield reinforcements. I think they still need a defender, a centre half to come in. I mean, having that, I can't remember the name of him. One of the centre halves they've got, and it's just like he's the ginger boy.
I don't know.
You don't know? Well, there you go. Comment down below who I'm talking about.
The ginger boy.
The ginger boy. But that's. I mean, they're just. I think they've made some decent additions, and that's why I'm going to keep them.
And they've got Mitrovic up front, who will get at least 10 goals this season. Whereas I don't think Solanke will for Bournemouth.
No. So yeah, Bournemouth definitely going down. We've said that Fulham are safe, so there's 2 more that you've got.
I've still got Forest going down as well.
So do I, but I've moved them up a place. I had initially that they were going to get 19th position. I think they'll finish 18th. I just think, I know Lingard's a decent re-signing. They've made a few good signings actually. But I just think it's not.
It feels like Fulham a few years ago where they made a lot of signings. I don't think they'll be able to gel in time for them to stay up this season. I think the standard in the Prem this year is very high, especially the middle section. Because you've got teams like Leicester, Wolves, Palace. Like, these are established teams that will probably give them some scuddings this season.
That's quite interesting to see what happens. But I'm excited to see Forest back in the league. I think it's, I don't think it's going to happen for them. I think there's going to be too much gelling to do with that squad, bringing in a lot of players. And I think it's going to take them too long to get set. And I wouldn't be surprised if you see them have a good end of the season. But I think that it won't be enough. I think they will go down. And
18th.
Well, for me, they are my 18th. For you, an 18th.
I've still got Brentford.
See, I was between Brentford and the team that I do have going down in 19th. I've got Leeds going down.
Oh.
Yeah, I still have Leeds going down. I'm not too keen on Jesse Marsh. I don't know.
He's not the one for me.
No, he's not. And he could be a potential first manager to go. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. And there's a video coming about that as well, predicting who we think is going to get relegated, sacked first. But I don't think they're going to stay. I think they'll stick with them for far too long, I think. And that'll be why they go down.
Yeah, they've lost too many key players.
Yeah.
Phillips and Rafinha, they're 2 best players.
No, quite clearly,
They've brought in a lot of young players.
I'm going to lie, I don't mind the signing of
He looks a good player.
I think he might be alright. And I think he'll be the shining light for them this season. Made a couple other, Mark Rocker.
Aronson as well.
Aronson, yeah. But I just think, this, as I said, the league is so tough now. There's some seriously good teams in that middle section of the league, as you said. But yeah, no, I think for me, Fulham in 19th and
Brentford for me.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's second season syndrome for me. I just don't see how they're going to pose the same creative threat they did with Eriksen without him.
Yeah. Well, that's what got Tony firing again.
Yeah.
I mean, having Eriksen's creativity in there. And who have they've signed? Hickey.
Yep, Hickey.
Have you seen
that was
him?
a lot of money.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah. How much was it? 22.
Around 20 million.
Yeah. I know.
I was on the Hickey hype train as well until I saw him play against, who was it?
Ukraine, yeah. Just wasn't great, was he?
No, Zinchenko absolutely done him.
Yeah, I know. That's for sure. I understand. I do have them pretty far down the table. I think it will be second season syndrome, and I wouldn't be surprised if they go down either.
Yeah.
It was between them and, well, Leeds, Forest. Bournemouth's the only one that I think's 100% going down. I think the rest
for me could be. Yeah, for me it's still 3 or 5 teams, like I said in our early predictor.
What were those 5?
Leeds and Everton. Or no, Leeds and Southampton.
Yeah, that's for me. I think Southampton made a few good signings, and I thought about them as well. But they've made a few good signings I quite like, and I thought for Southampton in particular that was enough. They're a weird team. You don't know what you're going to get with Southampton. They could get pumped 9-0 one week, and then they could beat Arsenal 4-0. That's just the way it works.
I think Hasenhüttl's a very good manager.
They're too up and down. As I said, you don't know what you're going to expect, and because of that, it's not enough to take them to the top half of the table, but I think it's enough
to get them 15th.
Yeah, that sort of thing with Southampton. So yeah, that's our relegation zone.
Yeah.
Who we think's going down, and a few teams that we think will be in and around that area. I wouldn't be surprised if Everton were there again.
I think they'll be okay this season.
Do you? I don't know about that, but we'll see. I think they'll survive. Just like last year. But yeah, they could have a good season. We don't know, but not right now. I'm not thinking they're going to do too great. But yeah, top 6 then.
Yeah.
Again, pretty easy. We'll start at the bottom. We'll start at 6th.
6. I had Arsenal in our first prediction. I don't have Arsenal now.
Oh, that's okay. Interesting. Why is that?
I've got Manchester United.
You've got Manchester United? Why do you have Manchester United in 6th though?
I don't like the look of them.
Yeah,
they're not looking good.
I think they're looking better. I'm going to be honest. I think they're looking better.
I think the issue they have, the main issue, is going to be Ronaldo this season because of all the issues that he's presented in pre-season about saying he wants to leave.
Yeah.
And if he does stay, Erik Ten Hag will have to play Ronaldo, and he doesn't want to. I think he wants to play Martial, he wants to play Rashford, and he wants to play Sancho.
Yeah.
But he's going to have to shoehorn Ronaldo into that front three, and it's just... And they still don't have a CDM.
Yeah. Now that's the major one. The CDM, big hole. I don't know why they've not addressed it. They're trying to address it with Frankie de Jong. Not the right profile player for that. I think Frankie de Jong would be a good addition to Man United.
Yeah. But
not to play as that holding midfielder, the Fred kind of role, or McTominay even. They need to upgrade that. And with the Ronaldo point as well, I don't think it's not just going to be that Ronaldo's going to upset how things are getting played. It's also going to upset the dressing room. The same as it did last season when he wasn't performing at his best at certain points. People are like, well, why is he getting played? That's going to annoy people. People are like, well, just because he's Ronaldo, he gets played instead of me. And I think that's going to cause a bit of an upset in the changing room.
Yeah, so, I think Martinez is a good signing.
Yeah,
but it's not what they need. It was another centre half. They've already got 3 that are all...
But are they going to play 3 at the back?
I don't know. Do they have the wing backs to do that? I mean, Dallo, I would say, is okay in a 3, but I would not have Luke Shaw in a 3.
But they're not having that Malacia?
If they play him, and is Tellez still there?
He is, but I think he was playing... When they played him, he was playing the left centre back.
Yeah, but that would be Martinez.
Exactly, yeah. I don't know.
Maguire has been good in a back 3, but I'm not sure about Varane. He does have the pace, to be fair, to work as the right-sided centre back.
And I don't think that's the issue there. I don't think him fitting into a 3 would make him any worse.
No. But
you get more support in a 3.
Yeah, but
so I think that's why Maguire works.
Yeah, but you still need 2 centre mids to sit in front of you, and they don't have a single decent one.
Yeah,
because Eriksen and Bruno might work as a centre mid in front of a three, but I don't think Eriksen would. He's too attacking.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about that. I think they could both do it, but they need to have someone that's going to sit and do an extraordinary job for you.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't think they can have the two of them playing in the same team.
I think Bruno presses enough where it would work for him, but I don't see Eriksen as the same pressing threat.
They need to press as a unit. That's what a big problem has been, and I think
that's what Arsenal, City, and Liverpool all do the best in the league. Is that pressing as a unit?
Yeah, that's how they win the ball high at the pitch. Yeah. I mean, you saw it the other day with Arsenal in the Seville game. That's how they scored one of their goals. Just pressed them into making a mistake.
Yeah.
And City and Liverpool have been known to do it for years now. Yeah. But yeah, for me, I don't have Man United in 6th. I have them one higher. I have them in 5th because I think there'll be a team that'll be worse. I just have this thing. It's because maybe I'm biased because I watched Arsenal play Chelsea the other week, and I know it's pre-season, but they looked dreadful. Like I don't know why.
Yeah.
They've lost a few players that are key to them. Rudiger, key for them. They've replaced him with Koulibaly, but Koulibaly is going to play in the centre probably of the back three, isn't he? I don't know. I don't know what to make of Chelsea. I don't expect much from them this season in terms of challenging, if I'm honest. I wonder if they'll do a wee bit better in the Champions League. I wouldn't be surprised if actually what they did is they got through the group stage and tried to go far in the Champions League, and that then meant that they would drop lower down in the league.
Yeah.
Because they focused all on that, and they're when teams' heads go in the league when they're doing that. I don't expect much. And I think Sterling is a good signing, if I'm honest.
That is. But he's not going to get the goals that they need to get top 4, I think.
Because why Sterling has such good stats because of how good he was at picking up good positions in a Man City side that created a lot of chances. That was when they get to the byline, they're cutting it across, and that's what Sterling was good at. And I don't know if Chelsea will offer him that.
He did score a peach of a goal in his debut, to be fair.
Was it debut?
But
one of his games, the one where he shot and then ricocheted back off.
His head and went in or whatever.
I don't know about Chelsea. I don't know what to make of them.
Nah. I also don't have them getting top 4.
Right.
I think they'll be 5th.
I think we'll be 5th.
Yeah.
So we've just got Man United and Chelsea, the two teams we think are missing out.
I think Chelsea defensively will be decent this season because they've got Chilwell back and they've brought Koulibaly in, who I rate. Reece James as well, great player. The one issue in their defence is they're going to have to play one of the two young boys, Salah or Chalobah.
Unless they make a signing. And I see they are making a signing, possibly making a signing for Fofana. Again, another youngster though.
That is Barcelona going to get him instead.
They might do. They saw Chelsea were going for him. So, if they get that signing, I think that's an alright signing, but I don't know if it's a good signing I don't know if it's a signing Chelsea would need to make and want to make for the season. He had a long time out last season. He is very young.
He is a good player.
But he is a good player. I'll be interested to see what happens with them. But you've got them 5th, I've got them 6th.
Yeah.
We think they're both missing out, which is interesting. Because Arsenal have not made the top 4 in quite some time. And that means you've got them in the top 4, and it means that I do as well. Which is interesting.
Unless we get Newcastle up there.
No. I was tempted to have someone break into the top 6. But I just couldn't risk it. I really couldn't risk it. I thought about Chelsea missing out. I thought, no, but I think they'll still do enough to get into the top 6. But yeah, with Arsenal then, I'm assuming we've both got them in 4th.
You would assume correctly.
Yeah. We've both got Arsenal in 4th then, which obviously means that I've got Spurs higher, and so do you, which is annoying. But I just can't look past Conte. I really can't. But with Arsenal,
I think Arsenal look the best out of any team in the Prem from pre-season, but it is pre-season. Yeah. If they can convert that into the Premier League, they will be very dangerous.
Who knows what they could do? Yeah.
Jesus looks an absolute bargain for the price.
It does right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, even the other players they've brought in, like Zinchenko, good signing. Fabio Vieira, not seen anything of him yet, so there's excitement. It's still exciting to think Arsenal are playing well in pre-season.
Yeah. Have you seen anything of Marquinhos yet?
I've seen a couple of.
Does it look good?
It looks decent, but he's not going to be first team. I'm not too worried about that. But the exciting thing is Arsenal look good, and they're not even playing. There's no Tierney, who maybe Zinchenko might play instead of anyway. Tommy Ash is not playing, but Ben White's been playing well in that position anyway. So there's a bit of, that's cover. Smith Rowe's not played yet. Well, there's another left-sided or left winger or even centre attacking mid there. And Fabio Vieira hasn't played. And we're looking to make more signings. Arteta said it yesterday.
We've not even mentioned, I think, your best addition this year, Saliba.
Oh yeah. He's looked like, you know what, he's looked like a Rolls Royce.
He looks like the most composed man on the planet when he's got the ball.
Yeah, I know.
There was a clip the other day against Sevilla where it was bouncing down and he took a touch and then took it round 3 players.
Nicked it in. Yeah. I think Saliba's a good sign. It's not a signing, is it?
No.
They need to get signed to a longer deal though. Especially Saka as well, because these good young players that Arsenal have, I mean, if they don't start doing something, teams are going to come knocking.
The only issue I have with Arsenal, or not issue but worry, is will Europa League affect them? But I think you've added enough players in your squad this window where it won't be that big an issue. You will probably just play your young boys in Europa League. Yeah,
I think so too. I think we'll just have to do enough to get out of the group. Yeah. I think that's what Arsenal will look at. Arteta, I think, needs to do something in the Premier League.
Top 4 is I think
they need the Champions. I think at the end of the day, if we miss out in Champions League and we get 5th, you're a bit annoyed. But if that happens, for Arteta to keep his job, we have to win the Europa League.
I think Arteta does go this season if he doesn't get Champions League.
I don't know if he goes, but he should.
Yeah.
I don't know if Arsenal do that because they're still building something. I don't know.
You build? Do you
know I know. It's just we've got to be in the Champions League this time next year. I think it would be time to go. But we both say 4th place. We think that's going to happen for them, so that's quite interesting. And I'm assuming then 3rd. Then are we going to go and say that have you got Spurs? You don't have Spurs, right? Well, I've got Spurs, so we'll talk about Spurs first then, and we'll get on to who you've got 3rd. I've got Spurs in 3rd, annoyingly. I just think Conte's he's top tier. He is one of the best managers in the Premier League with the top 2, Klopp and Pep. They've added well. I think the signings have been good. For any team, they've been good. But if you go, Conte made those signings, you go, well, that's even better. You know, and that's, what he can do to players that you don't expect as much from. Like Victor Moses, for example, when he was at Chelsea, that sort of thing. And he's brought in Perisic, could be a great signing. Basuma, great signing.
It's looking like Perisic is probably going to just be a squad player. I thought Perisic was a brilliant signing when I first saw it.
It's because it's free.
Yeah, and then we went to the Rangers Tottenham game and I wasn't impressed with Perisic. Maybe it's rustiness because it was one of his first games, but
it created a chance, and it's just I think we might see a bit more than you think of him. I know he's 33, but he's a proven winner. He's won things with
the best signing by a mile is Basuma.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think with Charlison, good depth. He could play anywhere across that front three.
Perfect cover.
Perfect. I don't think he will be a starter.
It's crazy we're saying perfect cover for a player that costs so much money.
I know, and that's why it's a bit silly. But they have the money to spend. They are backing Conte, and I think I'm a bit worried about them if I'm honest, because I think Spurs could finish anywhere between 1st and 6th. Like genuinely, if Conte has a capitulation somehow, which I'm hoping. They could finish, really, to be honest, they could finish 8th. But I could also see them winning the league. And that is the first time I've ever said that about Spurs going into a league season. But I think 3rd is the safest place to put them for me. On to who you have 3rd.
I've got Liverpool 3rd.
Okay.
But I still think it's so close between Liverpool and Tottenham.
What about City? You think City are much further ahead?
I think City are going to win the league. Spoiler, but that's who I have them first.
Yeah.
No, Liverpool. I've got Liverpool 3rd still because of their midfield. I just don't rate it as highly as I do Man City's, and I think they are going to have an issue this season up front if Núñez doesn't start firing straight away, because Jota is injured. Firmino in the Community Shield yesterday he didn't look. He's just not.
He's not the same player he was. No.
Núñez actually did look decent when he came on.
Well, there you go.
But we have seen a lot of compilations of Núñez in pre-season.
I know. I'm not living off the completion. I don't really care about that. If he gets goals, and he will, because he doesn't need to be an intelligent footballer. He just needs to get himself in the right positions.
You do need to be intelligent.
He doesn't need to be this almighty striker. He just needs to get on the end of things.
I will say
I
think the
midfield thing, you're onto something there.
I think Salah is looking ridiculously good this season.
Yeah,
or in pre-season and the Community Shield.
Aye.
He was absolutely naughty yesterday. It had Cancelo on toast.
He just is naughty though.
Yeah, he even looked better than he usually does.
He's probably annoyed because of how poorly he ended last season. And I know Liverpool had a strong end to the last season, but he'll feel a bit hurt by the fact they didn't actually get anything from it, didn't win anything. I know he won the Golden Boot, didn't he? So
yeah.
I think we'll see a lot from Salah next season.
Yeah.
I think for me, Liverpool will finish second. I know yesterday was Community Shield, and Liverpool won that. But for me, I think we've seen this in the last few years. Man City don't start well.
No,
they've had 2 pre-season games. They do start slow. I don't know why, and then they pick up their momentum.
There is a reason why. It's because Pep Guardiola wants to peak at further down the season than the other teams do.
Yeah.
So he does not. He just prefers to give his players rest over all of the summer.
Yeah.
Whereas other teams want to get firing right away.
Mm-hmm.
But Pep knows that
this team's that good. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
They're going to do something.
He knows that they will be at the business end of every competition.
Yeah.
So he wants them all to be still up for it in March.
He wants that Champions League, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That's what he wants. So yeah, we are then. So you've got Spurs then in second. We've already discussed how I think they do. You've got Liverpool third. I've got Liverpool second, and then we've got City first. What do you think of Haaland then?
I mean, he was making unbelievable runs yesterday when we were watching him. He did miss that sitter, to be fair, but he's going to get so many chances this season. He can have those sitters. I still think he will get 20 plus in the Prem.
I don't know. I think he'll get at least 15. I don't know how many. He could get anywhere between 15 and 25 for me. I think that's what he's going to do. I think it will take a bit of time for City, not for him to adjust to the Premier League,
but
also for the players around him to adjust to playing with how he plays. Because they're used to a player that drops deep, to create space in behind the wings for similar to the way Liverpool were with Firmino.
They did not see the runs he was making yesterday.
Yeah.
There was 3 or 4 occasions he was one-on-one with Adrian. If Bernardo Silva, Mahrez, Grealish just picked their head up and saw him making the run, but they're that used to the player dropping in that they just look up, they see everything in front of them, but they're not scanning what they have to for Haaland.
Do you think maybe it could have been because if they play him in, they know who's there? Is it because Van Dijk's there, or
no? But it's the same thing with Liverpool. Do you know how high they are, and there's that much room in behind? If you just put the ball in behind there, Haaland is probably going to outrun Van Dijk and get a shot on goal. But they just had to take the risk and play him.
Of course they do. And they will. I think they will. And I think Alvarez actually is going to be one of the surprise players this season.
He looks very good.
Yeah, I think he'll be better than we think we're giving him credit for right now. We're talking up Haaland. I think Alvarez might have just as good a season for them. Yeah, I think just as important. I don't think he'll chip in with as many goals, but I think when everybody's playing, he'll be interesting.
Man City are going to play a lot of games this season, and Alvarez will be the perfect backup player for Haaland.
Oh, sure.
He'll play a lot of Premier League.
He reminds me of a young Jesus.
Yeah.
The way Jesus was when he came, he's going to chip in with goals. He runs a lot. He's a bit like, I think you said it yesterday about Louis. He's a bit like Diaz. The way Diaz came in and he knew he had to impress. And that's exactly what we're getting from Alvarez. So City first.
Yeah.
You've then got
Tottenham, Liverpool, Arsenal.
Yep, I'm sure we'll put a graphic on the screen just showing the 6 and of course the 3 that we've got relegated. So yeah, thank you for listening, guys. That was our top 6 and our 3 relegated teams. Of course, comment below who you think's going to finish in the top 6 and get relegated. And of course, like and subscribe. Yes. And until next time, thank you very much.